Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Rico's Aquariums. What's up? So I am back, like I said I was. What's up, Claudius? What's up, my man? I thought Claudius. What's going on, my man? How's it going? MB Reef, we are back. Yeah, back at it. That's right. Insane Reefer. We are back. So, yeah, we about to see the aquarium guys. Stay tuned. Carry funny. Did you guys see the Instagram on what I was doing and working on? Did you guys? Because if you did, I asked you guys a question. Some answered, some didn't say nothing. So I'm trying to see. Let me see. Carrie did. Carrie said something. Harkins, Daily Reefing. Daily Reefing. Reggie, New York exit, New Jersey exit for MJ. What's up? Yeah. So y'all would know what I was doing over here yesterday when I should have been working on editing a video. But this was more important than editing a video. That's the one thing I can say. Yeah. And let me see. Yeah. That's one thing I can say. It was more important than editing a video. So I'm not even mad. I watched the Instagram. I was like, yeah, it was on mute. Ultra Sunrise. Gotta have one of these for the live stream. There you go. Meme for the day. Man, it is like snowing out. I'm like looking out here, see my out my window, and it's just snow falling. I think it's trying to catch up. That's what I think it's trying to do. Spit it out, Rico. Anyway, but yeah, so I do got to get to the stove again, man. Money. So I'm waiting to see if whatchamacallit, if they got back what they said about that dose too. Who was that? Last stream. I wonder if they got back yet. So tell them about the dose. So you stay in the same area when you moved? Same area? No, I moved like 20 minutes away from the old area. So nah. So the old area, unless you had your kid in private school, the school system was probably like a 0 out of 10 would have been like a 1. Where my kids are now, and they're going to public school. So my kids used to be in private school, by the way. So, and the devil does go to school there too. You know, the devil, it doesn't matter. Devil goes there too. But anyway, but they were in private school, and then the private school ended up on the national news. So doing some old fugazi, some crazy stuff, targeting kid type stuff. So we pulled our kids and we allowed them to go to this public school. They were like maybe a year and a half, and then we moved because we, for one, have family. I have family in the school district, and second of all, the principal of the school that they went to, public, really good principal. So we did it on behalf of her. So we were like, okay, our kids will be all right just because, you know, we're good with her, and, you know, she'll make sure everything's good. So and then we ended up moving to a school district set. So 0 out of 10 school districts, our school districts here is a 9. So if that says anything, and it is a public school, it's not a, private school, and it's a 9. So 0 out of 10, it's a 9. So if that tells you anything about the area, yeah, they don't play around. But yeah, if you can do, like, I mean, private schools ain't like, I mean, private schools are cool, but at the same time, I feel like for your kids, like, you try to want the best for your kids, but I don't think it's where it's at. It's more smoke and mirrors than what it's worth, I feel like, and that's just me. I just feel like it's not, and they just nickel and dime you to death, man. Everything is just nickel and dime. And the more you get, the more they'll kiss your ass. The less you get, the more they want to put their nose in the air, as if you owe them more than $6,000 per child a year, or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying. Anyway, yeah, I mean, like I said, I ain't got nothing against, but then they ended up being, like I said, on the national news, and, targeting kids, and okay, I'm just like, whatever, man. But anyway, moving on from that. Rico lives behind me in a different area. Yeah, Karen. Rico, you moved into a new built home? No. It's not a new built home. I renovated, but I didn't move into a new built home. Mm-mm. No, my kids used to live in Lorraine, so I would drive up there at least once every month. Oh, in Lorraine. There you go. Rio's really saving up for that $1,500 with no private school. Yeah, I'll be taking collections on that when I decide to do that, but I would never do that and then end up, not staying with it. I can't. If I did a take, like, I can't move. I just can't move. I can't move again. Like, if I decide to do that here, yeah, we're stuck here. There's no move. Not for me, man. Not anytime soon. There's just no way. No way. No way. Did you move into, no, okay, no, old Bill. Yeah, old Bill. Yeah, that's huge. Yep. Okay, just wanted to know, as many of my friends getting new builds. I'm looking at one. He better be going huge after those cost savings. Yeah, I mean, I definitely would. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I go 1,500 or 2,000, I will be going like pretty much. I want to say almost zero water change. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If I go like that, it'll be like, water change would be literally. I mean, I'd probably do them, but it wouldn't be like what y'all would think they would be. And at the end of the day, it just goes into what we talked about before. Um, you don't know the rate of what every parameter in the aquarium is being utilized. I don't give a rat's behind what one may think he or she may know. The reality is there's nobody on this planet, this nice green planet, knows exactly the rate anything is being utilized. So, include myself, I'm not even going to sit here and think I know or act like I know, because the reality is I don't know shit when it comes to that. So therefore, and nobody else does neither. But I will definitely be doing, I would probably, when I say next to nothing, because in reality it would be, I mean, I might do 12 boxes a year, 200 makes up 200 gallons per box. So 12 boxes a year. So that's 200 gallons every month. That's all the aquarium would get. And it's not for any kind of export, because exporting on 1,500 or 2,000 gallons, 200 gallons ain't nothing. It does absolutely shiznit to that aquarium, if you guys understand what I mean. I'm not looking at it to do anything like that. What I am saying is, I would use that for things that I am not able to test for or understand what is being utilized and at what rate it's being utilized. Keeping elements that are unknown to me and what they actually do in the aquarium, just replenishing, if that's a thing, because I can replenish, but I don't know if it's under, I don't know if it's over, I don't know anything, just like you don't, and let's be real, because you don't and I don't, and we're just one big happy family though, right? We're in the hobby, but let's be real, it's okay. You don't know, I don't know, it's okay. Obviously our aquariums still do good, even with tons of shit that we really don't know anything about, even though there's a million masters in this hobby, that will fight truth and nails and say other things that, and that's fine. Whatever they want to do on their channel and say, that is okay. That's their channel. That's their house. I'm not going to knock on the door and add, like the movie, let me in. No, I'm not going to do that. I will sit here and do my own thing in my own way and just be straight up with you. That will probably be the extent of a water change, 12 boxes a year, call it good and be done. I'm being dead serious. Like, that's all that it would get. And that's it. My calcium reactor would run everything and utilize and whatever. And even at that rate, I don't even know. I mean, I would, the calcium reactor, I don't know if it would keep up on a 15 or 2,000 gallon system. I would assume it would. If not, then I would be adding whatever, Gabe is trying to instigate. I see. He's always there. Gabe, you know that. And I don't care about his disagreement, Gabe. And like I said, though, but that's just how I felt about it. Period, point blank. That's just it. That's all she wrote. Like T.I., all she wrote. I think you should go do a 3,000 gallon, bro. Imagine that tank. That would be crazy. If you go the 2,000 route, would you go more for long? Hold on. Long, shallow tank or more? No, I would go for the tall. I would go you getting in the tank. You getting in. You're getting in, and that's just all to it. That's the route I would go. You getting in. I'm wondering, at that point, you stop using buckets and buy bulk bags, Rico. Oh, of course. Um, every time something goes a bit funky, I reset, go back to the basics, and that's just that. Uh, band. um, okay, right here. Um, but yeah, so that's just that. That is just that. 25 foot wood, 4 feet wide, 20 tall. That's a long son of a gun. What is a suitable tank for a catfish? What kind of catfish? I mean, what kind of catfish are we talking about? No, it's not bad to have SPS encrusting on the sand. I mean, if you're getting crusting on the sand, I mean, are we talking about sand or? If you go to the 2,000-gallon route, you will definitely have to renovate. Just saying. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's almost like, what would I do? Would I extend onto something? I mean, because I'm saying that because hey, Flaskin, you want to answer that about the catfish? I mean, you do a lot of freshwater as well. But I you know, I'm more worried about the foundation with that type of weight. Even though it's spread out, like how would I, would I reinforce that section with 6 inch, 6 inch or 8 inch concrete, you know, for that base? I've always said I wanted to do it bigger. I mean, the 1,500 was awesome. 2,000-gallon would be great, but the perfect tank would be 5,000. 5,000 gallons. Literally. It would be one viewing panel, though. One viewing panel. That's the thing. One viewing panel. And the thing is, that's just what I'm thinking. "12-inch with high rebar." I'm here stressing on my 17 gallons. Stop it. I mean, honestly, I would love to do 5,000 gallons. I mean, I don't, would it be realistic? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I've never, but after seeing 1,500, I know what 1,500, like, and the way that it was done, I really enjoyed that. 2,000 gallon would just be like, woohoo. You know what I mean? What's up, Chip the Reefer? Oh, look, here's Jeff's reef. Yeah, I mean, dude, that will take a lot of planning and that would be done at such a slow rate that it would probably take a couple years to finish that. Like literally, that build would probably take a couple years because it would be so thought and planned out that there would be nothing. I wouldn't skip anything. Rico, do you think it's better to do all in one tank with stand or build tank and build stand? I don't understand that because you're asking me about an all in one, or are you asking me about is it better to have an all in one or just a tank and sump separation? Just need clarity on that because I kind of didn't understand that one. Like to see your cleanup crew order on 5,000 gallons. Just a bunch of trochus snails, a whole bunch of trochus snails. That's about it. Yeah, probably just trochus snails. And expensive. That's pool pumps now. No more aquarium equipment. No, I use Abyss pumps for that. He said pool pumps. I would just use some Abyss pumps for that. I'm just trying to understand what I do recirculating pumps or what. I that's a lot to think about. That's a whole lot to think about. Right. That's awesome. A pool. I mean, a 5,000 gallon pool. I mean, to me, that's like nothing. That's not big enough. Mini water box or Red Sea or just build your own. That's honestly, that's totally on you because it just depends on what you want to do. I mean, is it a forever tank, do you think? Like if it's your dream tank build, then go ahead and do it. If that's the house you're going to stay in, that's what you're willing to do, whatever the case may be. If not, go with a water box, go with a Red Sea, something that's, whatever. And guess what? If you decide to go ahead and do something later, I feel like those tanks hold their value anyway. People are going to buy the Red Sea. People are going to buy the water box setup off of you. So at the end of the day, you're still going to make your money back, minus depreciation value, I guess. And you'll probably be just fine. I mean, that's kind of a hard question for me to answer for you because for obvious reasons, Yes, forever dream build. If it's a forever dream build, then I would go ahead and just do it now. I mean, then I would just have a tank build. If that's what you want, your forever tank. Oh man, I needed that. Whew. But yeah, I would just build my tank. If it's a tank that you really want to be your forever tank, then have it built. You can have it done the way you want it. Armor corners. If you need double bracing on the bottom, double bracing top, you can really have the corners armored, armor seamed, basically, reinforced to, really, just be great, hold up for a very long time. That's what you're asking. That's what I would do. So, I'd go with water box or Red Sea, right? That's if depending. Ocean motion devices would be nice for sure, Claudius, on that one. yes, forever dream build. You got to go do it right, though. You got to do it right. Yeah. Mia has a saltwater pool, but he's catching stingrays from the Gulf to fill it. Not cool. That's not cool at all. And you know what? There's a lot of people that do a lot of stupid stuff, and it's really just to do. Uh, you got to understand why people do what they do. Okay, like they do it for views, they do it for ratings, they do it to become YouTube famous, Insta famous, whatever. That ruins a lot. Like prank videos. There was a prank video that happened, and the robbery prank. Well, that ended bad for a certain person. That person ended up getting shot because even though it was a prank, didn't know it was a prank, and got shot and died. Those prank videos and stuff like that, it might be funny, but it's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt or things get hurt. Not cool. I'm not gonna, what somebody does on their channel is what they do. I don't go over there, so I don't, because I'm not promoting that type of stuff, me personally. And if I don't like it, I don't go. And if I don't go, I'm not commenting. I'm not engaging or doing anything that's going to help them out with algorithm or anything like that. I just leave it alone. I don't like certain things. If I come across it, I don't like it, I just leave it alone. But yeah, not cool. Once again, guys and girls, there's nothing you can. There's tons of stuff that's just nonsense, But hey, to each his own, and to be fair and across the platform, what they do with their TV channels on social media that's what they do. Once you come across stuff like that, best thing you do is just leave it alone. If you don't like it, leave it alone. Don't engage in it. You engage in it, then you've done nothing but help the problem. And that's just that. So, whatchamacallit mentioned YouTube Reefer mentioned another person, and it's just like, I'm good on that. To each his own. And those are the people that will always blow up and just be whatever. And there's a lot of people that will support that type of stuff versus somebody keeping it real, telling you to go F off, That's just the world we live in. We can't stop that. That's just what it is. So don't engage. Don't engage. That's all I can say. Do what you want. Watch whoever you want. Go support whoever you want. I don't do all that. So if it ain't helpful, if it ain't just about just having fun, keeping it real, keeping it simple, then I'm good. I'm good. Life's too short. Constantly be on some dumb stuff. That's just me. Like I said, people say, Rico, why don't you do that? There's tons of people that send things to do certain things, like not to be funny. Like I had that tank crash. People were trying to tell me to crash my tank, before, because it's engagement. People want to see bad things happen. Unfortunately, that is true. Unfortunately, I didn't cause that, and that's a whole nother topic. And, we can get to that at a later date. But, there's things that people say to me all the time that, hey, you should do this or you should do that. But I'm not that type of channel. I'm not going to create problems to get a rise out of you guys or get a rise out of people to come, storm my channel. I'm not. If I want to storm, then I'm going to go ahead and I'll say it's going down, and I'm going to give somebody the business because it's real and they deserve the business. That's the only storm that I'm going to get on my channel. I'm not going to create problems. Like I don't create bad situations for my animals or my tanks or for myself, period. I'm not going to do that. There's other channels out there constantly want to strip out their aquariums, strip out fish, do this, change that. And I think that, people say, oh, well, you need more content. You got to do more content. Well, what's the problem sitting here having a beautiful tank? It never changes. Stuff grows in, and just holding conversations with people. What's wrong with that? Why do you got to constantly uproot your fish, uproot this, uproot that, do this, do that, crash your tank, clickbait, throw hammers through your tank, do all that? I'm not doing all that. I'm sorry. This is not the channel for that. I could talk about when Saltwater Aquarium sends certain things, or maybe or something like that, talk about a product or talk about what's going on in my aquarium, and maybe a fish died because of velvet or whatever, which has never happened, but for me, oh, my fish got ick. What am I going to do? I'll talk about stuff like that, but I'm not going to create problems just to have clicks and people watching my channel. It's just not happening. It's never happened from day one that I've been on here. And I'm not going to start just to, oh, I've been off YouTube for a while, so my views are down right now. I'm not getting, 5,000 views in 1 month. So I need to really do something dramatic I'm not doing that shit. I'm not. My people will come back around. They see me growing, and I grew the channel organically. I remember there was a time there was only 10 people when I first started on YouTube. It'll be maybe 10 people come and watch. And I'll still run live streams, 8 hours, 16-hour live streams. And that grew over time. And that's fine. That's the kind of channel I want. That's the kind of engagement I want. I don't care who likes me, who don't like me. I don't care about any of that. But I'm not going to set up aquariums for failure, mess with animals to get views, to get likes, to get thumbs down, any of that kind of engagement. All works, regardless of what anybody says. It could be 1 million thumbs down. It's just like giving 1 million thumbs up. You engage, and that engage rate and all that all plays with the algorithm. I don't care what anybody. See, everybody thinks they know the algorithm, and nobody even knows that. But it's engagement, and that's all that matters. But I'm not going to do any of that. I'm not, He said, I remember those 16-hour live streams. Nobody should ever try to harm their animal. Well, it's not that I'm, people don't think about these things in St. Reefer. They're not thinking about constantly the stress of pulling fish out their aquarium, throwing new fish in. They're all dead. They're this, they're that. I think enough people have enough common sense that if you're watching or you're learning something or whatever, you pretty much already know what you can and cannot do, or you already know the consequences with throwing a bunch of something in and, whatever, maybe you didn't quarantine or whatever, the fish are going to get it. And a lot of people don't know where their fish is coming from. So you're going to get marine velvet, all this other stuff or whatever. And this ain't just for saltwater. This is for freshwater as well. You see tons of people doing things that is just all for views. All for views. People can say, "Oh, Rico, you're so full of shit. You act like you're this, you're that." The reality is, Rico don't do shit like that for views. That's the reality of it. I don't care what anybody says or thinks. I mean, the reality is, you cannot sit up here. Anybody can't sit up here and say Rico's done shit like that, because I haven't, and I won't. I don't think you need to go to those extremes to be successful on social media. I think everybody should just be themselves. But do I totally blame the people that are doing it? No. I think that a lot of people are put under pressure, and they find something that really works, that creates a lot of engagement, and therefore that's what they end up having to go down that dark path to create all this engagement and to be who they are on social media. And you don't see people like myself really. See, my engagement's very good. Uh, I'm just being honest. The engagement's very good because it's just true people and it's real engagement and all this. Don't need a million subscribers to have a great engagement on a channel. Here's the thing. People are put in that situation, but those people don't know how to get out of that situation, because once they get in that situation and the money comes to flying, at the end of the day, money does talk, right? So they're not going to do anything to jeopardize what they may not like. They're going to continue to do the things they may not like because the views come, the engagement's there, the money comes, everything else comes. It's the root of all evil, right? Money's the root of all evil. So all these things come. Do you blame the creator? I mean, yes, the creator has a final say, but the enticement's real, and not everybody has, funds like that, or it might be the most money they ever made. They don't have to work a real job. Even though YouTube is a job, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, but y'all get what I'm saying. They get left their real job to pretty much stay at home, create content. How do you continue to make content? Continue to go to fish stores, continue to just swap out your fish with fish stores. I think I'm going to change it out. It's been up for a while, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. I can do the same thing. I can create a large aquarium with all kind of predator fish for saltwater aquariums. Now, somebody will probably go do this. I don't care what they do. I'm going to help them out just to be, for them to just continue to be an ass, right? With plastic inserts of reefs and switch out these fish every so often, constantly content. Well, I think I'm going to try this species of fish in here, see if I can run them as a group, or this. Let me get a bunch of groupers in aquarium. Let me get a bunch of different kind of puffers, see how they act towards one. Listen, I'm good on all that. Oops. I'm good on all that. I really am. I don't want to engage in those type of things. I'm not going to engage in those type of things. I don't care if there's only 15 of you guys ever coming back to this channel. I have to just be real with myself. I'm not a character. I'm not just whatever. I'm not going to sit up here and say a bunch of things that you guys like. I mean, I'm going to say my opinion, how I feel, or whatever. I like the idea of the research aspect. I'm not going to do that just to create content. I don't need to do all that. I can sit here, have great conversations with you guys. We can match apples and oranges. We can just have normal talks. We can do, other people could come in, show their aquarium, what they got going on, see different other people's aspects of their aquariums. We can, watch, if I got stuff to unbox, we can look at stuff to unbox. We can see what it's about, if it's crap, if it's not crap. We can watch, me set up new tanks. I can watch you guys set up new tanks. Come in. There's tons of content outside of constantly messing with animals. And that's a problem. And people wonder why animal activists and all these other things get involved, because you're seeing people pulling shit, and doing dumb stuff, taking them out their backyard in their natural environment, and putting things in just to do it is just, because they can. Like I said, I won't go condone or go watch stuff like that. That's just me. But anyway, I like the research aspect of things as well. Me and Ryan, we were, I was actually at his house, and it was very, very good conversations, just, kind of things we've just been bouncing. We kind of bounce some things off. And it's like, you can, kind of narrow things down. I like the aspect of, the research aspect. But anyway, what I never understood is why companies sponsor these new reefers like they do. Okay. Many of them are out here giving wrong information to many YouTube influencers that are terrible, in my opinion. Rico is the OG, period. Justin, here's the thing. People like me, here, let me just put it like this. First off, I've been here before YouTube existed. Now you got to remember, it's only probably been within the past 5 years that the sponsors are just now getting on board with doing things with people. They take on a lot of bullshit people that are, like you say, give wrong information, give wrong opinions, give wrong whatever. That's not the person that's being sponsored's fault. That's the company's fault. But why does companies do that? A new YouTuber don't know its worth, what he's or she's worth to that company. So that company actually preys on these people. And I'm going to be honest with you. They prey on them to do what they need them to do, basically next to nothing. When something bad happens, or you used up, or something bad happens or comes out, oh, you've done this or you've done that, and oh my God, you're target now in the industry. They leave you alone, and you are left to dry, and they'll go find them another person, and that's just that. Those are fucked up companies. And I'm being honest with you, like, that's what they do. And if they say they don't, that's bullshit, because that's exactly what they do. They want to do something with you as cheap as possible. They don't value realness. They don't value, as far as I'm concerned, it's always to make them look good. Well, let me tell you, my shit stinks. Okay. When I go take a shit in my bathroom, it stinks. There's days that I have good shits where there's no smell. But my shit stinks too. You know what I mean? They act like their shit never stinks, and their shit is the best shit out here on planet Earth. The reality is that's bullshit. Not everything is just peaches and cream. And that's all I can say about it. Like, if you now, this is one thing. If you got one product, let's just say, I'm going to use Geo. I'm going to use Geo because of the calcium reactor. Like, they make, and MRC. I'm going to use them too, because I know MRC as well. And these companies make hell of great products. For you to talk shit about this product is like impossible. Unless you had an argument with the owner and it's just an argument, and that's the only reason. But as far as the product, you're full of shit if you think you're going to tell me that their product's shitty, because I know better. And I've been using the shit a long time. So that's like one example. But this is a company that has, like Geo, has the sumps, which are badass, the calcium reactor. I'm talking about calcium reactors, right? MRC makes sumps, everything as well. Great company, great quality, whole 9 yards. Geo, sumps, whatever else, media reactors, all that. Great quality all the way around, right? These are two companies I can say for certain they are what they are. And nobody can really bump their fucking gums about anything other than that. Besides, and it doesn't count that you're mad at the person, because there's tons of people that I just despise. I do not like, but they got some good products in their company, right? So understanding that. Now there's companies that got a shit ton of stuff. And out of 100 of their items, there's a handful that's worth anything. Okay. But this same company will want you to say everything's great or everything's good. They don't want you to say anything bad about anything that they're offering to the reefing community. You guys ask questions. I sit here and answer. Now, let me help you understand this. This is my opinion. You guys form your own opinion on whatever it is that you want. This is my opinion. This is what I see. This is what I understand. This is what I deal with. I see it. I've been there too. You say you don't understand why these companies do that. Do you want as a company? Let's be real about this. We're going to use me. Would you rather have me representing you as a company, or would you rather have some of the other ones out there? I mean, let's be real. I'm a unique being. I'm like the only person on YouTube that will, so I'm really an outcast, right? Let's be real. I'm the outcast. I'm fine with being an outcast. I will never suck ass, kiss ass. That's not going to happen. I'm just not going to just to do so because you want to give me some money, I'm not going to kiss ass. Like, I will work and do a job, and my job is to be real and say how I feel, regardless if somebody wants to pay me or give me product or not. I'm entitled to that, and that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to an opinion. But yeah, I mean, who would you pick? Like, let's be real. I mean, the chances of companies really wanting to deal with somebody that's just straight raw with it are kind of slim to none. There's companies out there that going to respect that or whatever, but not like the next whoever on YouTube. It's a double-edged sword. You may shit on the product, but your tank will generally succeed, make their product look better versus a less experienced reefer. Right there, Flashkin. I mean, seriously, right there. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. People don't even know what the product's fucking actually doing to their aquarium. They think that it's doing something because it's just a coincidence that, sometimes that you do one thing, but you've done multiple things. You forgot about the other 5 things you did. You did this one thing, and then all of a sudden everything's good, But what else did you do in that process? And how long did you wait before you did? See, most people don't do one thing. They do multiple things to try to either fix, correct, solve a problem. It could have been a multitude of those things that added up to the one thing, the final last thing that you've done. Most people don't know. People just assume whatever. The majority of people don't know. And that's just how I feel. But anyway, it is what it is. I think there are great companies out here, companies utilize though. And I'm not being funny when I say that. I see companies take advantage of new people because I guess you got to start somewhere, right? It's one thing if you're like, okay, I'm going to do this. The last one fixed it. Exactly. I'm going to do this. Like for me, if I'm going to work with a company, um, here's the thing. Let me say, like Saltwater Aquarium, right? We'll use them. You know, I will start, like I started with them somewhere that it's just like, it really ain't shit, to be honest. Right. But I feel like if somebody's giving you an opportunity, you kind of have to put your work in. Like you don't start at a job, whatever. Right. At the same time, I know my self-worth. I know that I'm definitely worth more than whatever it is. You know what I mean? At the same time, I like to show and prove that, hey, this is who I am. You can either accept me or not. When this is done and over with, you can either continue with me or you don't have to. If you continue, this is what it is. If you don't want to, then it is what it is. Everybody makes their bed, you got to lay in it, right? But I'm not going to sell my soul neither. It is what it is. Some people are good until they're not good, if that makes sense. Some people will do what they can in a very short amount of time to get what they can. And then it is what it is. I respect, people wonder why I talk, I've talked highly. This is a company that, like I said, is growing. It's a company that seems to be on the right track. I think this company can be probably a huge company. It really just depends on how they want to do things. Obviously, I know where the company started from. I know, where they're at today. If they continue that same ethnic background, like the same way and continue to make sure they have a great fast service. They're very good at communication and looking out for the people that are helping them grow and supporting them. Long as they don't post anything, long as they continue their customer service the way they do and really just appreciate you guys, I think they're going to continue to grow. Long as they don't lose sight of that, man, I think they will be a very large company in the future. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's just how I feel. And I just think that they have something great. And I want to be there, I think his store is, So I don't know, man. That's just how I feel. And I'll continue to support them while they continue to support me, man. And I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. And I think they do wonderful things for people. Like I said, when it came to like JJ14G, they looked out for him. They really look out for the kids. That's one thing I really enjoy about them. That kind of made me like, okay, not to be funny. I hit him up, asked about, hey man, I really like to do something for this kid, man. He said, done. That's the person I know behind this company. And I haven't seen anything in a while from him. Yeah. So, whether they stay in the hobby or not, it's just, it's the act. So, but yeah, so anyway, it is what it is. There are great companies. There are companies that will utilize new hobbyists in a way that, what can I say? You know, it is what it is. And that's all I can say. You know, it's up to the person that is being sponsored to understand his or her worth and whatever. But you also have to understand that, you know, you on the other end that said, you know, about these companies and people are being misled by new people and all this other stuff. You have to understand that you have to look out for you too. You have to be able to read between the lines on who's full of shit and who ain't. Actions do speak louder than words. And at the end of the day, you know, you just do what you do until there's nothing you can do, or the actions speak otherwise. When it comes to you following people and wondering, you know, this person's being sponsored, you know, why are they being sponsored? Like, not to be funny, you know, there's certain, you know, we talked about certain females doing certain things. Now, I didn't put any names to females. I'm just saying, you see females that just go above and beyond. You know, I understand sex sells. You can put some makeup on. You don't have to go to the extreme to get views or push a product. Most do, unfortunately. And they sell themselves, and it is what it is, right? Like, unless you're in Vegas, it's just kind of like whatever. People love it. Obviously, there's guys that ain't gonna turn that down. But it's like, you have a mother, you have a daughter, you have kids, maybe. I mean, you got aunts, whatever. To each his own, I guess, in that whole thing. But it should be respect. They should have respect for themselves, you know, and don't sell out, you know, your goods for a product or, you know, whatever. This ain't modeling. This is fish aquarium. It's a fishy situation. It's aquariums. I mean, and, you know, modeling agencies are out there, but just what you guys know, you're just going overboard. People come to me all the time, man. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And it's almost like doing reaction, you know, watching videos and reacting to them, kind of. But it's sad in a way. I get why they do it, because they're trying to get sponsors, or they're trying to whatever. It's not that I knock them. You know, I think you're going to get the same thing just being yourself and not going above and beyond. Some people want more. And actions speak louder than words. It shows. Guys constantly doing the same thing, you know, crashing aquariums, changing out fish constantly, changing this, changing that, doing multiple things constantly, day in and day out. How good is a product, even though it killed 100 people's tanks or did something crazy, but it's still just a great product, you know, in a short amount of time. You know, it's been out, it's done nothing but damage people's stuff. And then you come around. Why? Because it's a paycheck. So you're going to talk as highly as possible. Companies know that if they give you something, the chance of you talking negative about it are slim to none. I'm going to be honest with you. Some companies will have you disclaimer like, you got to run it by us before you say anything. I've had companies come at me like that. I'm good, bro. and that's what I say, and I walk away. There's just not enough for me to sell my soul and sell my integrity for this hobby. It's not. I mean, all you have in this world is your word. And if you ain't got that, you ain't got shit. And even though nowadays your word and handshakes don't mean much of anything, right? But if you ain't got that, you really ain't got shit, man. Like, not to be funny. So I don't know. It is what it is. To each his own. For you guys that watch whatever you want to watch. For you guys ask me that question, as far as, companies getting on board, support. So, that's just what companies do, if you can get somebody that has, somewhat of a decent following or just doesn't know any better to do something at a very good rate, ain't you gonna pick the cheapest route to go? It is what it is. Like I said, I'm not knocking anybody that does it. If I don't like it, I don't go watch it. So that's just me. I don't engage in it. And I don't know a lot of this stuff. I am so out of tune when it comes to who's doing what because I just don't watch it. It's just not. You guys ask, then I talk, ask me my opinion, and I give it, and I keep it moving. That's it. To change what you know already is to replace it with what someone else wants you to believe. Well, Ryan, you hit that on the head, didn't you? So, yeah, it is what it is. All I can say is I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm going to support a company that supports me, which is behind me on this wall. I hope that and continue that they continue, should I say, very supportive to you guys, very great at customer service, very great at shipping very fast. Continue these things, and I think that they will be awesome. Like they will grow, they will become a bigger company. That's just me. Anything else is just, it is what it is. I like Pilot Lab as well. They've always been good. I never had anything or issues with them or customer service wise. They've always been good. So, and I think they try to do everybody and treat everybody the same and be very fair. Shout out to them as well. Same with CJ. I think CJ is another great company. Abiz, another great company. You guys are really on Waterbox, Red Sea stuff. So, you guys know more than I had the Red Sea. It's good as far as I'm concerned. I ran it for a year. Waterbox, I got a Waterbox. I'm going to be having Planet Aquariums hopefully soon. We can talk about things that are good. When things go bad, that's what makes or breaks companies on, are they really good or are they really bad? Like how are they, it always comes down to a problem and then how you handle that problem as a company. So we'll see. But I just want to say thanks to all of you guys. It's a great conversation. These are just conversations. If you're into these kind of conversations and just want random conversations, this is the channel to be. We'll do all kinds of stuff. And don't forget, I think this Saturday, bring whatever you're drinking. It's going down Saturday. Yeah, I think it's going down Saturday. So most definitely be here Saturday or be square. I'll see you guys tomorrow as well. I might see you later on tonight. I don't know yet. But thank you all for coming in. Thank you all that are supporters of this channel. And I will catch you all later. Peace.